Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show. All right, there. Let's. Oh, look, there's another sub. Hello, how are you doing? I missed that. Thank you, thank you. Moving on to they go walking in the door, and I imagine Reich is watching the scenario, right? So
Yes.
Reich makes his way back over to the glass to try to see kind of like how things are playing out. Roll me a perception check to try to like gather as much as possible. Now, obviously, you're not stupid. You had time to plan out where you're going and so on and so forth. You can actually roll that perception check with advantage. And Ollie, thank you for updating Will Call Brewing's character on the Welcome to the Show card.
Advantage. Perception check. Perception? What's that?
Perception.
Some perception.
All right.
Hey.
So you see, she goes walking in, and the person kind of is like a bit surprised at first, and she starts asking a couple of questions, and he starts like answering them, well, purchasing things and whatnot, and he's doesn't seem to be like, oh, yeah, we have things we can sell, and he's like does kind of like help her to sell, but he doesn't seem like clearly doesn't seem interested in the conversation of trying to sell things to her at all. Like he seems like consistently has other things that he needs to take care of. Like clearly he was working on something beforehand. She asks a few questions to him and whatnot, and he answers a few questions, and then eventually like they kind of part ways. She doesn't end up purchasing anything because like I guess she didn't have enough money to buy the kind of stuff that he sold. And so she eventually kind of leaves the shop. The whole thing takes place over the course, like say 7 or 8 minutes. The entire time, what you're able to see is that he seems again consistently distracted. Like he didn't want to like like looking towards the door, like looking towards like where he was working on something beforehand, stuff like that. So eventually, and comes out of the shop and like walks a couple of houses or buildings, whatever, up the street, and waits for you to join. Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna quietly walk over to her and say, so, um, he obviously is expecting us. He seems to be on his guard, which is strange to me. What?
What? It's hard to make a judgment based off of one person, right? Like, I've had many dealings with members of House Cannith before. And there's like a general tone to them, excitement in their work, pride for their, for their house, things like that. Like the things that you pick up. He just he didn't read like somebody that was excited for their work, took pride in their house, wanted to be having the conversation with me. He actually seemed as though like I was a waste of his time, which is funny because it was described to me what your experience with him was like before, and it was nothing like that at all. It was strange. The whole while, I don't know, it just seemed he was detached. It's hard to make a judgment because while I understand what my experience of people from House Canada is like, you can't really judge a person by the people, or certainly judge a people by the person. You know what I'm saying? So it just seemed off. He was out of the norm. Uh, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a couple reasons that could be.
Hmm.
The first and the simplest reason would be he's on his guard because he knows that we're in town.
Yeah.
We haven't exactly made ourselves quiet.
But it's easy to see.
But then it would beg the question, why hasn't he hidden at all? But that's beside the point. The second reason, and this might be a bit of a stretch, and please don't take any offense to this, but it's a potential that he has that's not truly the man we spoke to before. That perhaps he has been replaced by either a changeling or a doppelganger. Now, once again,
I was wondering where the no offense was coming from. Thanks.
yeah.
Hey,
Sorry.
Eric. We
I thought we
also
moved past this. She actually says
we
that.
also we also knew that he wasn't a blood member of House Kenneth, and that he was from House Kenneth.
Yes, but she still
Not South like
she
we were.
Jur is still correct that
I'm just reminding you
he's
of
not
the story.
acting the same way of that's not the same way he was acting before. Well, I'm not saying you're doing it. It's just, there are other changelings in the world. I don't. I think we should go get Kieran. Because I don't like the way that this stands with her being in prison when we were either lied to or not given all the information, which it seems to be the prior, because he would not be sitting there in the open where anyone can just look in the window to see him if he was a fugitive.
I don't know. The whole thing seems straight. Honestly, part of it, I just felt maybe he was a little unwell too. Could have been part of it because he seemed a little green. So I thought maybe he was just sick. Because you explained something that was like very big and personal, very boisterous personality. Not you personally, but Kieran. And he just seemed rather reserved, rather to himself. Seemed like, again, like everything was a waste of time.
This adds up. We need to get Karen out of the prison. All I know is that her being in the prison is no longer in our best interest. We're not being given all the information here. And so we need to speak to the guard and be ready to break Karen out. So you should go back, and I'm going to go as though I'm speaking to Karen and giving her a meal, and we'll formulate a plan. Just be ready.
Yeah. I want to talk to him again.
Okay. What do you think we'll be able to get from him with that?
Something just seems to me as odd. Like, again, this.
I trust your
I
instincts.
as a person am I'm very quiet. I'm forgettable. I'm mousy. It's just how I was born. Instead of maybe me talking to him again, we have another friend of ours, a bit more outgoing. Maybe his personality kind of latched on to the people he was speaking with before. You guys are big yourself, and so he behaved big. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying with that?
No.
I do.
It's
going to take a little. Can you you need to speak to Kieran? How far is the barracks from here?
I don't know how far is the barracks from here.
When you speak to Kieran, immediately what's going to happen afterwards is
we're probably going to break her out and come after this.
Yeah,
guy.
so perhaps we should not do that yet.
Every moment we waste is another moment she could potentially be being harmed.
Kieran being harmed? I mean, if Kieran
there are more ways to harm someone than sticking a knife in their side.
Sure, but if Kieran even senses the slightest inkling of things being uncomfortable, she takes control of the situation in an electric way. I don't know how to be anymore.
Which could be just as bad.
Sure. Yes. But Kieran's well-being is our chief concern, and I'm not really worried about that.
Okay, well then go.
Okay. I'll be hasty, she says, and then walks off at a leisurely pace.
Character is not usually impatient, but I know something's wrong, and this is just wasting time.
About an hour later, you see a very familiar face come walking down the street, and kind of strutting, very openly strutting, and walks by and literally turns to you as it walks past you, and is like one of these. and like Buddy Christ style, and walks into the establishment. Doesn't knock or anything. Just like opens the door. Just like throws it open as though like somebody had done it for him because his presence is so grand. And what you hear from like your perched area is kind of like, "Hey!" And you can immediately tell like he's so loud that you hear almost crystal clarity every word that this character says from within the establishment. However, the other person's speech is a little bit more difficult to.
I don't care about the
Sebastian's.
speech. I want to watch him. I want to watch like his facial expressions. I want to try to see if I can suss out some
Insight check.
information. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, I gotta turn off my advantage.
Wow.
The advantage-o-meter.
Good
Ain't-
for you, buddy.
Ain't gonna Eric it.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna add a hero point to that.
You mean a
Action point.
There you
Action
go.
point.
Heroes take action.
Thanks. Okay. So
Action.
and nobody's witnessing it, so you can't save the face either. No. You have to fail first. So you're watching the whole thing, and you see as soon as this person kicks in, you can clearly tell immediately he's annoyed when this person comes walking in. However, his personality changes within the first like 15 seconds, and they have a conversation and goes back and forth, and eventually his personality kind of opens up, and he's laughing and joking with them for a while, and then like he's like starts talking with them, and he actually pulls out like a book. And, they're like looking something over and they're chatting for a bit and it goes back and forth. This time he's in there chatting for like maybe 25 minutes or so. And finally, like when the conversation comes to an end, again, you can hear most of what, your side is. When they finally come out, he comes walking around and he's around the corner and he's like, "Hey, what's up, buddy? Let's have a chat. Come with me. You want to get a drink, or are you trying to keep things a little on the even level?"
Says that to me.
Yeah, of course, because he's an obnoxious, big personality person.
The drink sounds good.
This is N.
I know it's N. I
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
I misunderstood. I thought you said he walked out with the guy.
No.
Okay, no. So, yeah. So I say a drink sounds good.
Oh, good. I could definitely use a drink after the deal I made. And he says, walking with you very loudly down the street. So, listen to this. I was having a conversation with this guy in here, right? And, oh, man, he was great. Oh, I mean, he seemed a little off at first, but when we started talking. He started trying to make plans with me. He wants to meet up with these other two people that he'd spoken with recently. The three of us are going to go on a bit of an adventure together. We have this job to do. We have to go into the woods, and we got to find some people that have been disappearing, and he's going to pay us so well. Listen, the weasel tried to pay me 500 gold pieces. I'll have you know, I talked him into 3,500 gold pieces. 3,500 gold pieces to go find some dead people in the woods. Okay, I'll do that job, right? Am I right? And he like shoves your arm a couple times as he says it.
I'm obviously just not buying into this. I'm thinking, oh, fuck. What does that mean? So he's given this job to anybody, but the question was, would he pay them with the explosive crystal?
Whoa! He's giving this job to anybody? No.
I don't say this out loud. I'm talking to myself.
Oh.
I'm just trying to.
Well,
I'm trying to figure
thanks. This is why voices are useful, Eric.
out- What's my thinky voice?
No, he's just saying White just sounds like a whiny white guy. That's what he was saying.
Oh, rude.
So,
I hate this guy. This guy reminds me of Dane.
he says,
Dane wasn't this, was it macho?
No, but obnoxious.
I say that's an
They have
interesting.
testosterone of this guy.
That's an interesting thought. That's an interesting job that he offered you. I was offered a similar job recently.
I'm sorry, say that again? Because I honestly thought you were still thinking to yourself.
No, I say that is interesting. I was offered a similar job recently.
Yeah, I know, right? And you got paid pretty well for it, buddy. You got paid, what, 2,000 gold pieces? I got paid better because just am. So, I'm going to be meeting up with these two other people to get this job because I am worthy of getting that job, just like you kind of were before. But I mean, clearly not offering it to just anybody, right? Right?
Take the bait.
Right.
Right. So not offering it to just anybody, just people who seem like they can handle it. You know what I'm saying? You are a brick wall. I actually think, hold on one second. And he turns to like literally a wall of whatever building's nearby. It's like, hey, how you doing? Really? That's
I roll my
wonderful.
eyes so
I'm
hard.
so glad. Listen,
I say, you know what? I'm gonna pass on the drink. And I'm gonna walk over to the.
he throws his arms up as you start walking away, doesn't follow after you. Always the party pooper. And then like turns and like walks their own direction. Clearly you're heading towards the barracks. Starts walking, heading back towards the inn.
I'm gonna go into the barracks, and is anyone gonna stop me when I go down to Karen?
You go walking in, and the person in the front, as you come walking in, is like, "Hey, we've met."
Yes, I'm here to visit my friend.
Oh, it's not really a visiting thing.
Excuse me. Allow me to reiterate. I'm here to visit my friend.
Well, honestly, when you said that you were going to reiterate, I thought you were going to rephrase. You actually reiterated. I didn't expect that.
My grasp on the English language is quite competent.
Usually people use that phrase differently. Last time you had food with you, so that's why I let you down.
I have food with me. They didn't have anything good and hot. I have rations.
Okay.
Thanks. And I go and I walk down.
As you're walking down, you hear with your keen ears, he's like, I guess we're just maintaining an inn here. People can come and go and visit their friends as they like.
I go down to the cell. Is anyone around?
The door leading into the hallway first is locked, but he comes walking slowly down the stairs behind you, and eventually unlocks it.
This fucking dick. All right, I say I thank him,
And then he walks in front of you and goes over to her cell, and unlocks it.
Why are you unlocking the cell? He didn't do that last time. But yeah, I thank him and I produce some.
My apologies. Yeah. I'm sorry. The part, But go ahead. Yep.
I produce some rations and put it in there.
Yep.
And
And he leaves just like he did last time.
I wait until he's a good distance away, just listening quietly, and I stand up and I say, the other isn't imprisoned. I was just by his office. Me and N. He was in there. He offered N in one of his forms the same job he offered us.
You're muted.
I wasn't gonna say. I was gonna wait.
Sorry. So we're gonna go and we're going to question this guy, right? Can we do things my way now? I've done things your way.
Wait.
I've been sitting in prison. I didn't kill anyone. We didn't go talk to him. Can I please
Oh, so
do this
proud
my
of
way
you.
for once? I know
Now,
you are.
Listen.
You're welcome.
Listen. As soon as you break out of prison, we're gonna have the guards up our ass.
Oh, really?
This woman, I don't know if she's on their side or not, but I think we should question her first.
Just hold on a second. One moment. And I'm going to cast many spell.
And I'm scared.
Oh, it's a good spell.
Okay, I was about to say. It's like, don't hurt me. I'm just a young boy.
I have a decent size, chunk of area for when.
I know. This does not include. This is too big.
No. It covers literally all of the written text, but duration up is missing. But no, I've already scrolled up. It's gaseous
So
form.
Kieran is just going to fall into a mist. And
She turns into the fog cloud she summons.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I will just kind of creep out of the hole.
This is unsettling.
I can't respond.
So she moves very slowly in that form. So because she moves so slowly, we're going to go over to...
Good to go. Sorry.
That's fine.
Who's
That's
that?
Knock on Star Wars' door.
Okay, see, when you say we're gonna go over to someone,
Yeah, you had to
you're
say
going
who.
to. I understand that you were trying to do a cinematic thing where, like, as she was leaving, it cut. But again, there would be no answer until they keep knocking for a while or speak.
Another knock. No answer again.
No.
You actually hear, because Star Wars is pretty perceptive, like an audible sigh. The door bursts open. Hey! You've been held up in here for so long. Oh man, you have got to get some sunlight, buddy. This cannot be good for you. Hey, listen, I wanted to let you know. I wanted to let you know about something that I just recently experienced. Hold your turn. I'm talking.
Your personality is insufferable, and
listen,
people have their throats.
I just swung by the Cannith house. I just swung by the Cannith place and got offered a job. 3,500 gold pieces to go into the woods with a couple of people and find some dead guys. Isn't that awesome?
Starboy picks up Luca and puts him in his bag and stands up. And is like, that is... I am in awe.
Listen, I know. I had to rub it in your face that I got offered so much more money than you, because... better. But listen, Reich was so upset he went to go tell Kieran. Because he knows she's going to be pissed when she finds out that I got offered more money to do the same job by the same guy. She's going to be furious.
Hello?
I am so glad you're going to die before me. I'm going to go meet them there. And I walk past.
Okay, you walk by, and it's one of those moments where you catch like a slight glimpse of like the face changes expression, and it's like to like a much more serious look. But again, it's quiet. You know what I mean? There's no voice.
Yeah, he'd pause and look back. He's like, I get it, but you're not helping. You're not helping anyone.
You know who I'm gonna be helping? I'm gonna be helping those dead people in the woods. Get out of here! Get out of here!
He walks. I'm gonna go to the Cannith building and kind of like wait outside, assuming that the course of destruction will end up there. And I'm not gonna be subtle about it too. I mean, I'm wearing different clothing, and now a cloak and like a hood and stuff, but I'm not like trying to hide who I am or hide. Like if there's a bench outside the building, I'm sitting on it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Scott, we're talking. It's been like several hours past the morning.
Correct.
All right. After like the third or fourth hour of like
it's
down,
even after lunch. This is like
after that, it's just like my character's literally been waiting for Reich to come with Kieran. Like he missed him in passing the first when he left, but he's been waiting for Reich to come with.
You
Kieran.
heard that whole conversation upstairs. Well, half of that conversation upstairs.
Right.
If you catch my, and you heard the name. You heard the names.
Absolutely. He's going to follow them, not trying to be noticed, but he's going to follow them.
Stalbor walks out. This person does not.
Oh, he's going to follow Stalbor. Like, the person that was a part of the conversation, he's going to try to follow as they leave.
Yep. But this is a rather busy tavern. You've seen, like, various people walking in. You've seen various people walking in and out of this tavern all day. It's really weird. But, so anyways, it's an appropriate one. Because of you know your mood and focus.
It is. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad.
Sawbores though. So do me a favor and roll me your stealth check.
Yeah, sure. Boom. Make sure I don't Eric it.
It's funny.
Fuck
you.
Aaron, you missed your way out of your cell and to... Where do you go?
Oh, I would just follow Reich.
Oh, okay. So where's
Like,
Reich
I was
heading?
kind of just pulled like at his feet
Yep. Where's Reich going?
and wait to see where he goes.
I'm gonna go to the shit. Should we go for the guard first or for him first?
So I love the fact that you asked her a question. Erin,
Yeah,
please feel
so-
free to answer.
Sure. So I'm going to kind of swirl around at his feet, like in like my little mist form, and because it doesn't say what the limitations are of these, I'm just going to form a dot, and then a dot, and then another dot.
Ellipses.
Jesus
Ellipses.
fucking Christ. Okay, you're in gaseous form. That's amazing. All right, we're gonna go see the guy first. I don't care if you spend the rest of your life in goddamn prison.
I love how
trying to help
Reich's
you
just
out.
exclaiming all these, fake
I-
gods.
I'm yelling at this fucking club.
In the name of
I wanted
Yahweh.
to stay in the other city. You were the one who
Is there, like,
demanded
a-
that.
Is there like a bag I can
Thank
like
you, Honor.
go into his some sort? Can I do that?
A bag?
Yeah,
His
it's like a
bag,
backpack or
his
something.
backpack.
Oh, I mean, you'd seep out of it as he moved.
Would I?
Yeah, I mean, he moves a
Kinda
lot
gag
faster
goes
than you
through
do.
leather.
You know?
Alright, so I try to do that, and if he moves forward and like I seep out, I'll just do the dot 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 again. Like really? Like dude, go slower.
Reich's gonna have to walk with the most serious strut, like.
No,
Like
I'm
look.
walking
I
like
call shenanigans on that logic, sir.
I'm walking on an accelerated pace.
She's not something that can
Right.
just instantly condense down because she's still a full person.
I get the condensing.
Yeah. So like part of her would be able to be in the bag,
You
and the
need a
rest of her be
big
eeping
trash
out of the bag.
to put trash sorcery.
It's more that like Reich's not understanding that if I just walk out, we're going to cause attention.
Yeah.
I don't like it when Kieran has to be the subtle person. In the party.
To do it. Like,
Except
that's-
for your-
Well, hold on though. What like Reich starts walking out, he gets somebody's attention. You can kind of like eep underneath where they can see, and then like
Yeah,
out
that's
like a
fine.
window and whatnot. You know what I mean? So you can
Alright.
eep your way out of the place trying to be stealthy. I'll actually even allow you to roll a stealth check with an advantage on this one. So if you roll garbage, it's not on me.
She's gonna fuck it up.
Don't
I-
did it.
Welcome to
Probably.
Kieran.
Oh no, it's not bad.
No, it's good. Good. So you eep out of like I said, out of sight and out of a window and whatnot. So maybe somebody catches sight of something that looks a little weird, but nothing to you get out. And Reich leaves as well. So you as you're leaving, Reich, and you say or don't say whatever you do as you leave. That same guard is like, "Thank you for stopping by the Barracks Inn."
Ha! I say very obviously as I walk out, just very frustrated.
And so Reich makes his way out and leaves with Kieran, heading over towards the Kenneth place. That takes a little bit of time, cast a spell, she just moves slowly. He has to wait till she like can eep her way over to an area where it's safe enough to her to recorporeate herself and whatnot. And the whole while, Stalbor is single-mindedly walking, step after step after step forward, and Bellum is intelligently hanging back and watching to see where Stalbor is going, because he knows Stalbor is going to where Kieran and Reich are, and he knows there's something strange with this. You do see Stalbor. Stalbor is an interesting looking character. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen an Aranel elf before, but this in particular elf is a little weird. Like, he just does not seem like anything you've ever encountered.
Just something unnatural about him.
You've encountered, hags that kind of give off the same vibe that Stalbor does.
Hey,
I
resemble that remark.
You're
literally. But yeah. So anyways, you're following them, and we're actually going to kind of have it play out so that literally Stalbor sees Kieran and Reich approaching the door down the street as they're approaching the door down the street, and Bellum sees Stalbor kind of like focusing on something up ahead, but he's still like another good 50 feet behind where Stalbor is because he's hanging back. And as you guys are approaching the door, going to make your way into it, intending on kind of kicking in and planning what you're going to take care of next week, we are going to have
we
to
got
bring
it.
this session to a close. Ollie, you sure? I'm so subtle.
It was no.
But
As subtle as Kieran.
Or Reich, for that matter.
Listen, I tried really hard. Okay.
Ugh.
I was cooperative.
Kept
I
eating
was
that
sneaky.
poison food.
I ate the poison
Luckily, you got a
food.
sailor's gut.
Come on, Ollie. Oh, you know you loved that character coming in and warning you,
I liked him for a bit.
right? Like,
But
I loved
Starbuck
him.
never liked him.
he's an awful character. He's super obnoxious and terrible. But come on, you know you liked the warning that he gave you.
To be fair, it's very smart because it's not. If it was just that guy, but because it's someone playing that guy, it's everything is said deliberately, and I like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So moving on. That was fun. I'm so glad we actually got to get back together and play our. Oh God, it's so nice to actually have our campaign going. This is super exciting. I'm very excited about it. Thank you everybody for coming by and watching. All the people that have always watched before and the new people that stop by. Thank you. So who are we? How can you find us? Let's start with Oliver.
Hello, I'm Ollie Rant, also known as Ollie Smith, in some of the places. I stream too. If you like this stream, where it is mostly talking and being upset with each other, there's a very similar stream on Wednesdays that I run in my homebrew world that has similarities to this, which has Scott and Aaron in it, where they talk a lot and get upset with each other. So that's great. On Sunday, I'm going to be doing a game stream for a mystery game. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, I do art streams. Like I sneakily drew Bellum this stream. I didn't say who he was. I'm just drawing this guy. Whoop, look at me go. And then after that, I play RimWorld, where there was a rat swarm that nearly killed everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That game is cinematic. But yeah, the big news is Wednesday show is back on. It's back being great, and Sunday stream is on. Hopefully, no more Dragon Age. That game did not work.
That's too bad. I know you were very, very, very excited to get back to playing that game.
I put more hours into Dragon Age than games I've streamed for a long time trying to get it to work.
All right. So who's up next? William. Who are you?
At Will Call Brewing. You can find me on Instagram mainly, which we just hit 11,000 followers now, so we are growing pretty steadily. You can follow our story on becoming a brewery. I'm pretty active on the Discord too. You can usually find me yelling at Aaron or calling Skoink Skonk, whatever.
Aaron, who are you? How can we find you?
I'm Aaron. I am Vincent on the things, including Discord, which I am also super active on, usually making fun of Will. And I play with Ollie and Scott on Wednesdays, and I play with Scott on Fridays, and here we are. That's me.
And Kunsai?
Kunsai64 on the twits, on the Discord. Definitely join the Discord. I too am active, usually making fun of Aaron, making fun of Will, and that's pretty much me.
So if we actually go over to twitch.tv/Daleric, there is a playlist there of a campaign that actually Kunsai DMs for myself.
You mean YouTube?
YouTube.com/Daleric, because I know the internets. Where he actually DMs for myself, Ollie,
our very eyes.
Ollie, and Maggie, Margaret Crone. So it's actually a pretty fun little 3-session campaign that we do. It was a lot of fun. We're actually excited to eventually be able to come back and play those characters again in the future. But for now, it was a lot of fun.
That's my thing. No one's ever done that before. That's mine. I invented it right here.
No one's ever done that.
No one's ever done that.
And I'm Daleric. You can find me as Daleric in all of the places. So you can, all of them. Not some of them. And I think that's it. Is there anything else to know? We good? You guys happy to be back? Like side chatter now.
Very.
Right?
To have my
Very
schedule
happy.
back.
Like
Yes.
like there was like a part of you that was missing, right?
My schedule, yes.
I've been rediscovering myself.
And
That's masturbation.
is that why you just dropped stinky cheese in the Discord chat? Because the Twitch chat. Apparently, I don't have the nouns correct. I don't have the nouns. Don't got them. In the Twitch chat, is that you rediscovering yourself there, Will?
Just get right, Scott. Just get right.
Apparently, I should just end things. It's 1:30.
Just
Yes.
get right.
Okay, I guess we'll go bye-byes now.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
if you look at the cute little image on the away screen, you can see there's the new Bellum picture, but more importantly, the new Bellum has a toy Luca.